Welcome to the show. Now, I've got a bit of an update on the Kuami Eugene situation, what really happened. So I will give you that. There's also some good news for a certain artist. We don't know if it is true, but it's rumored around, and we'll talk about that. And there's a bit of a sad news, so we'll all talk about that. This is still with the Talkative. My name is Tilling. Subscribe to the channel whilst you are here. It's very important that you subscribe and share the contents. Now, let's start with the Kuami Eugene story because it's one of the stories that we've heard since Sunday. Now, what happened was there was an accident. He was driving at around 11:30 p.m. at the Achimota overhead, and his car ran into a tipper. Now, after listening to the stories in full, here is what actually happened. So, according to an eyewitness who is also a media personality, also said that he's saying that the incident happened at Abofun, Achimota overhead, Abofun, that side, and apparently, when he went to help Kuami Eugene in the car after the crash, Kuami Eugene said some white light came from somewhere. And Sana at Abofu, the footbridge at Abofu, apparently they have installed, who installed the light, whatever the light is for, we don't know. It is a sensory light. So when you are coming, I don't know if it's installed in a camera or something, it actually flashes on your face. And per people that have used the road, they are saying it is a very dangerous thing if you're a driver who doesn't know that light comes. Also, another thing that I hear happens on that road is that there is no street light, so the place is dark. So imagine you are driving in the dark, and then all of a sudden a certain flash white light comes in your eye. So apparently, like, once you are driving, it's quite blinding to have that sudden flash. And I keep saying that this our country or Africa, certain inventions that were made in the West, they didn't consider Africa because Africa is not too developed to catch on to certain inventions. So sometimes when I hear certain things, we want to do certain things, I'm like, who are we really kidding? Because we know we are not ready for it. Mind you, if let's just say that they installed it for camera or whatever purpose it is, which one, of course, there is no education about it. So as usual, whoever installed it, whether it's the urban road, it is the whatever, whoever installed it for whatever purpose, they haven't told the drivers, they haven't educated them on why they have put something that has a bright light. And I'm sure when they did it, I don't want to say they didn't test it to see how it's the flashlight works in the night. But even so, even if they tested it, I am sure they didn't test it in a time where the street lights were not working. Because so if I turn on a light on you in the dark, the impact it will make at your face in the dark is very different from if there is light in the room. It won't even travel to you, that you might not even notice that a certain light is on. So I am sure that when they tried on the lights, they tried it on when the street lights were working, but never when the street lights was not working and the place was all pitch black, and how that sudden flash of light will mean to the driver. So this thing was a very preventable accident. And the final detail of this accident was that the car that was in front of him, the tipper, it had no tail light. Can you imagine? In Ghana, abobo ya no was share a ball and man no ordinary main road, so high road, so na say drivers are there on top speed problem, because in Ghana, even abobo ya has roadworthy to move on the road. It's like Ghana, everything. If you're in Ghana, your own life and safety is in your hands. Basically, that is all you should know, because the country really doesn't care about any of us. Like, they do everything and nothing is done to ensure our safety. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So you are telling me, because I know around 11:30, as somebody that likes to go out in the night, I know that there are so many police barriers there. So they are telling me that they saw a car like that without tail lights on the road, and the police thought it was worthy enough to be on the road. And mind you are driving on a car on a street that has no street lights. You don't see the car in front of you, especially if the car has no reflective colors or anything that reflects on it, and then the car is moving at a slow pace, because of course it is not worthy to be on the road. But as usual, Ghana police and the institution says this car like this, I mean, abobo yakra na kwasona wo tipa, you can be on the road, and there is somebody that has installed a flashlight or a light at the top that pops up all of a sudden. When a driver is driving in the night, it just comes in your eyes. And of course, there is a car without tail lights. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, this one, it happened to a star, which is why we are talking about it. Can you imagine the number of drivers that have had to go through very traumatic experience because the person or the ministry that installed or the agency that installed the lights didn't deem it proactive enough to educate the drivers about it, or to put any big signage there that this could happen? They didn't do that. Also, they didn't test to see how the light affects drivers in the night in a pitch black situation. Also, why are we paying for street lights as part of our electricity bill as consumers, and yet there are no street lights, and that Achimota place is so dark? Why? And why is it that cars that are not worthy are always on our road? Why are we always setting the trap for ourselves in this country? And then you're correct, sir. Like this country. Oh my lord, I'm very sorry for Kuami Eugene. Late Entertainment has come out to come and say that of course the guy is receiving treatment and he's fine. He suffered some injuries. I hear he had a cut on his hand, and he's getting better. Now, I saw a post by allegedly a lady that says, I think she's a medical practitioner, where Kuami Eugene was brought to the hospital. I know he was taken to UGMC. But one lady, I don't know her, she puts a post that Kuami Eugene has been brought to the hospital where she is, and that Kuami Eugene is not looking good at all. We should pray for Kuami Eugene. I may say these are the people, these are the reasons why our celebrities don't trust our health system here. In fact, it's not even the celebrities, our politicians, because they can never trust our nurses and our doctors with their privacy. It looks like every person wants to be an influencer and wants to have numbers and chase clout so much that they do not understand even the ethics, or they do not want to uphold the ethics that comes with their job. Have you thought of what could have happened? You are saying that Kuami Eugene is in the hospital where you are, so now anybody that knows you and knows where you work and knows Kuami Eugene and sees Kuami Eugene as a star can just come to the hospital hoping to catch a glimpse of Kuami Eugene. It's like their privacy is not protected. This is why when a star is going to even... Sorry, I had to check if my my sound was playing. Even when a star is going through a mental health challenge, they are not able to go forward and go and look for help, because once they do, they know that their things will be out there, because the practitioner who is supposed to uphold their privacy and their confidentiality is looking for a trend online. Also, say for our politicians, somebody made a comment that could this also be why our politicians like to travel to go and seek for health care, and not always necessarily because the system here is not good? And I agree very much, because in the world of politics, health is equated to competence. We think that if you are healthy, then you can serve out your term, or whichever power they are giving to you, they know you are fit enough to hold it. But if you are not well and in your own country, you go to the hospital and somebody will just make a tweet that, oh, this MP or this whoever is this minister has been admitted at my hospital and it's not looking good. What do you think will happen in the country? Opposition starts smelling things, and then conversation starts happening, trying to make you look like you are incompetent. Our health practitioners, is there no agency, or is there no association that sanitizes all these people from our sector, our health sectors? Because they make the work 10 times harder for the people that are doing the right job. Why is everybody looking for clout so much so that the basic thing of their work they cannot do it? What is wrong with that assassination? Then this lady in a proper functioning community, like by now if you also your influencer, but if you're influencer, you do my health influencer, but if you get it. We have to uphold people's privacy. I mean, yes, I get it. This is a public knowledge thing that Kuami Eugene has. In fact, the hospital he was sent to was, but you as the person that you are not, she might not necessarily be in charge of his health directly. He might have just been there when he was brought in. To come and put it out there that he is not looking good, it's not your business. Actually, we heard he was not looking good. It's not your business. We just needed you needed to give the links people some time to come and let us know. It wasn't your job as a health practitioner to come and inform us or release a statement that what is wrong with you? I'm sorry, but come on, this is too much. And it deters people from seeking help when they need it. Now, speaking of health and hospital, Nollywood actor Amachi Mwanago, and Amachi Mwanago, I know I didn't pronounce it. I have butchered the name. Please, Nigerians, forgive me. he's actually also going through a very bad moment where he's seeking for kidney transplant in India, and I hear his condition is not good and he's seeking for help. So please, I mean, Nollywood is seeing some tragedy back to back, and this is very sad. I am very sad because this actor too I grew up watching, and it's very sad to see them going through this phase in the latter part of our lives where we were expecting that the kind of joy they brought to us when we were young. I mean, at this point we are supposed to be seeing their work showing what like, you know, how their life is looking good, because their entire life was dedicated to putting smiles on people's face. But it has been quite unfortunate where all we are seeing is bad news upon bad news. But I hope he gets well this time. It doesn't turn out to be the other way around like there's some of the stories that we have experienced lately, but it goes well for him. And if you can help, please look for the details and support. That is the only way. I mean, it's not now I come to judge whether he lived a good life, the money he made from movie. It's not time for that, because you can be a millionaire and one sickness you will buy medicine and do treatment, and all your money will run out and you will have to rely on the benevolence of people to keep going. So please, let's just go and support. Don't go and ask questions. If you can't support, keep quiet and move on. If you can, please do support. Now there is a certain rumor going on online, and it is trending, where Ghanaian musician Fameye is allegedly married now. He's tied the knot with a German girlfriend, and people are saying, hey, Fameye, you had the baby mama, you had the beautiful son with this girl or whatever. Now all of a sudden we see you with a German woman. Now we see, wait till you know go see for this country. Now saying why are we making it look like this thing is only peculiar to Fameye? Even if it's true, this thing, if he's tied a knot with a German lady, even if it is true, it is not just peculiar to Fameye. Most of these young guys here in Ghana, they are doing it not because sometimes it's not because they love the lady so much, but because of the financial burden and the stress here in Ghana. They look at possible ways. So Charlie, this world, if you know Accra, the way life is going in Ghana, if you don't use your head will use you. So these are the big stories that are happening, and it doesn't also mean say if I sleep with somebody and I have a child with a person, even if you are not jailing, we have to be together. No, you know, this conversation I haven't heard from your side. Family hasn't said anything about it, so I don't want to say much about it. But as we did Ghana, the story will unfold. So these are the big stories that are going on so far. Do subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and if there's anything you have to do it now. Haslo chat.